And so I look at the computer modeling for next week, and I'm a little, I'm a little shocked. I have to remind myself we're still 5 to 6 days away, but I can tell you that the Arctic Hammer confidence level in that happening, that is very, very high. That we're going to get cold. I even think that there's a very high confidence that we're going to see snow the beginning of next week. A lower confidence as to how much snow, who gets the most out of this. But you know how I always talk about, well, how do you get significant winter storms in Arkansas? Well, every piece of that puzzle comes together next week. You have the cold air place. It's super cold air. It's moisture. Now, things could always go wrong. Don't get me wrong. Things could go wrong. But all the ingredients are there. That moisture is in place with the cold air already in place. The moisture comes in. And it's just the track of this low. Wow. I also look at this and I think, okay, what could go wrong with the snow situation? I've seen it before where you can get a lot of thunderstorm development along the Gulf of Mexico, and that zaps some of the energy and the moisture coming further towards the south, or towards the north rather. So those are the things I always think to myself. One of the meteorologists I worked for a long time ago, meteorologist Paul Barris, he always taught me, when you look at these snow forecasts, always think to yourself and ask yourself, what could go wrong? And so that's what I'm doing. There's a lot on the table that looks like it's going to go right. If you like snow, let me get into all this first. I'm boring you with all this. First of all, we're going to start off with the storm system. I can't even rule out a strong to perhaps severe thunderstorm late Thursday across southern Arkansas as the Arctic boundary, a wave along an initial boundary, gets going, and that's that area of low pressure you see over Oklahoma. This is late Thursday. So temperatures moderate Wednesday and Thursday. It's not going to be warm, but they do moderate from where we are now. Rain and thunderstorms become likely. Again, remember we thought this low coming up will track further towards the south compared to the one that we just had. So it's coming further south, snow on the backside. Friday morning is just going to be a massive variety in temperature and precipitation types across the state. It's going to be a wild day. That's Friday. That moves across, and you see by Friday at noon, this is showing precipitation over the previous 6 hours, just to let you know. So it's Friday morning. You see that changeover on the backside across northern Arkansas. I think most of this is snow. But rain, some of that could be quite heavy near the track of that low. This is on Friday. Let's go through the afternoon across northern Arkansas. That's your best chance for snow. But you see how these black lines, they're parallel from north to south. That's the drainage of the cold air on these strong gradient winds, and that's going to drive wind chill values down. So that's a massive pressure gradient. So pressure gradient winds. We also see another boundary up here towards the north. So you get one coming through and then another push coming in this weekend, and that's going to drop temperatures even more and put cold air in place. So you see how that high pressure right there noses in. That's the Arctic hammer that comes in, and this is Monday. This is late Sunday and into Monday. Now, what do I think is wrong with this? Okay. Models underestimate the strength of the Arctic air, and this shows snow, sleet, freezing rain. I think that the freezing rain potential will be pushed further towards the south. I think this will be more snow and sleet rather than a mixed bag. Still early, I could be wrong about that, but that's just based on experience in these situations. So this is Sunday night and Monday morning, and it just rolls through. And some models have it going through Tuesday too, and then it's just brutally cold. All right. The model probabilistic forecast, the ensembles from the GFS for 1 inch of snow. Let me see if I can kind of maneuver this around. This is through, let's see here. This is through Tuesday of next week. So you see it's extremely likely the northern 1/3 of the state has at least 1 inch of snow, decreasing further towards the south. That doesn't mean that there is no chance. I just think that the trend here is to up those chances further towards the south. So I'm looking at those trends. What about the probability for 3 inches or more? Well, pretty decent chance this far out. That's 180, 160, 180 hours out. Pretty good chance for at least 3 inches of snow across northern Arkansas. And that's come up from previous model runs, just to let you know where we are going with this. Now, don't take these amounts literally when you look at the snowfall map. But what I want you to see here and notice is that this is by Monday. There's an extensive area of snow across the central portions of the country. And this is new, fresh snowpack. And you get northerly winds coming across that snowpack, and we may even have it in place here. What that's going to do, the models are not going to understand it until it happens, but it keeps the air traveling across that snowpack from north to south. It keeps it from moderating. So it doesn't warm up much as it heads towards the south, if at all. So the models don't see that. In other words, it means that the models are too warm with their forecast temperatures. Could be colder. We're talking about highs in the 20s, lows in the below zero or single digits, especially if there's snow cover, all right, in place where you are. Okay, now temperatures. These are apparent temperatures, wind chill temperatures, but apparent temperatures, just to show you the significance and the massive drop in temperature Friday. This is at 10 a.m. The apparent temperature in the 60s across eastern Arkansas, in the 20s behind the Arctic boundary. Let's just show you how horrible it gets. This is dangerous cold. This is 2 p.m. in the afternoon. The front, remember, it will probably move a little faster than this. Could be a couple of hours quicker, but the warmer air is pushed towards the east. And so you now have wind chill temperatures in the single digits during the middle of the afternoon in northern Arkansas, in the 20s here. And by the time the sun sets, our wind chill temperatures are in the single digits and teens, 20s south. And I think at wind chill advisories, maybe warnings could be issued for northern Arkansas. By Saturday morning, the feels like temperature will be below zero. Pipe busting cold. I don't think it moderates that much Saturday. It may, but then we get that secondary push of Arctic air. And when the precipitation moves in, the wind chill temperature could be well below zero in northern Arkansas, teens. I think this is colder in southern Arkansas. I really do. I think it'll be pushed a little bit further towards the south. This is Monday morning at midnight. It has wind chill temperatures. Wind chill temperatures up to 25 degrees below zero, northern Arkansas. This is guidance, not a forecast, but you see the potential. All right, you see the potential. Let me back that up. Oh, back up. So Monday morning it has wind chill. Gosh, Todd. So Monday morning it has wind chill temperatures that could be 10 to 30 degrees below zero across the northern one half of the state. I mean, Tuesday morning, below zero wind chills. This is going to be a prolonged period of extreme cold, life-threatening cold, if all this comes to pass, if this all comes to fruition. And to be honest with you, I don't know how it doesn't. I'm very confident in the chance for extreme cold. I'm very confident. My confidence level's up here on the extreme cold. My snow confidence is right here, and my confidence on how much snow is down here. So this is dependent, okay? This is going to happen here, the snow, but I'm going to get that confidence level up there when we get closer to that time period as to how much snow. But what I see happening is it's jaw-dropping. So is the length of this video. I better end it. Thank you so much for your trust and your loyalty. I will not let you down, and I will be here for you. And in other capacities as well, I'm sure, other platforms before you know it. Have a great one, everybody, and thanks again.